Another week, another new batch of episodes. I'm finally all caught up on everything My Hero. And oh boy, I have to say, it's been a while since I've been this excited about the show. Hawks and Best Jeanist have recovered and are cruising around the Batmobile. You can't convince me this is not the Batmobile.
I'll get drive-through.
People are giving the heroes the side eye, criminals rampaging in the streets in broad daylight, shop owners ready to clap back blowing their backs out using support items they had no business using, causing more damage in the process. People are fed up with the heroes, and they're ready to take matters into their own hands. Heroes are literally quitting, throwing their costumes in the trash, and retiring because they know shit's about to hit the fan, and they want no part of it. Hawk's story where he grew up living in trash with his paranoid dad and his weirdo mom. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Jesus Christ.
Most of the hero moms are pure, selfless, graceful, and a little bit feisty. But Hawks' mom definitely got shafted by the quirk pool. But you have to have a few bad batches sometimes, right? And how expensive are All Might toys that Endeavor's the cheaper option? I mean, come on, they're doing my man's dirty, low-key, putting him on a clearance rack like that. It's probably the reason why Endeavor is so demonic at home. You try walking into a store seeing your plush toys on sale for 75% off, just flooding the bargain bin, all stacked up in the back room. They can't give these things away. To the point where they have to use a bulldozer just to dump it in some landfill out in New Mexico, next to Bugsby 3D and E.T. He's definitely not getting any kickback from them sales. But I wasn't expecting Endeavor to be a part of the Wife Beater Club and excelling in backhand aerodynamics. One minute you love the guy, next you're getting flashbacks to your own childhood. And that's crazy, because I know this man's been putting his hands on her all these years. I mean, 4 kids? 4 whole kids? I'm just saying, she's gotta be tired at this point, right? Can you even imagine? I'm assuming no eye contact whatsoever, just straight up business, right? Pity. All the muscles in the world but no stroke game. As much of a mess Touya was, as much as an emotional wreck he is still, he was able to completely obliterate his mom in an argument. She had nothing to say. No comebacks, no quips, no I brought you into this world, nothing. Just getting straight shut down because in a way, he had a point. I know if that was my mom, and I outsmarted her in an argument with facts and logic, I would have woken up the next day, not knowing where I am or who I was. But the whole family is to blame for making Dabi, and at least they know it now. The signs were clearly there, from him pulling his hair, crying uncontrollably, stomping his feet, and asking everybody why was he even born every 10 minutes, but no one wanted to deal with it. I guess when Touya patched himself up from the incident, I guess some people saw a bandaged up kid in the streets wandering around and hit him with the old Shigaraki technique and proceeded to walk on the other side of the street. Don't worry, someone will help him eventually. Obviously this kid was neglected, replaced, and burnt to a crisp. No wonder he's dancing for joy for Endeavor's failures, because Endeavor didn't teach this man how to dance. Endeavor has come a long way as a character. Before I would have said All Might hands down was the best, but ever since Endeavor became the #1 hero, he has been working his ass off, trying to be a better hero, reconnecting with his family, and training the new heroes, only for Dabi to come through and obliterate all the progress.
Tactical nuke incoming!
All for one being in 2 places at one time, literally cheating. Spinner looking at Shigaraki like, what have we done? The escaped inmates like Muscular, Overhaul, and Stain are back on the streets. All the public unease, the failure to capture Shigaraki, and the heroes who died along the way, all the blame is going to be placed on Endeavor's shoulders. And he's cracking. Making my man's cry for the first time in like 30 years. It's awesome! All this development and character moments are great, and I prefer this a lot more than the high school shenanigans that we're used to getting. I just want them to keep on building what they have now, but that's just wishful thinking on my part. I'm not a manga reader, but I think the next arc won't be as impactful as this one. I can't say I'm spoiled, but I'm spoiled. Being on the internet when one of the biggest animes is airing is a battlefield. Manga spoiler this, manga spoiler that. It was inevitable. And with the series coming to a close in maybe like another year or 2, I can already see the ending. I can also see that Bakugo's spine looks like a flute from all the injuries he's got. I mean, you know you need a spine, right? How is this guy not in a wheelchair? I mean, I get Grandma does her thing, but how much can Grandma suck?